Well, just been up the local again, got myself a coffee and I got a bun in my bag and just going to enjoy the beautiful sunshine here up the local park. And today's video is about bicycle design. Well, with bike design, I and many others were under the impression that we had companies, say, just for instance, you'd have Specialized, Trek, Cannondale, or any other company, could be Bianchi, whatever, I'm not picking on any brands. And what they would do is they would design their bikes in-house, and then they would take those designs to a company, say in China somewhere, like Quest Composites, and say, hey, look, this is our design. We want the forming made up, and we want you to, and here are the specifications for the carbon layout. This is how many pieces we use. This is where we want them to go. You make those bikes to our requirements, and then they would quality assurance. They could go to Taiwan, could go to some other factory, some other country, sorry, and then be finished. And some of the Italian companies like paint their bikes in Italy and fit the components to the frames, and then obviously they're shipped out to us owners. So even though the manufacturing was done in China, the design and the finishing was done in their home countries. Well, there's a few rumours going around the bicycle industry that puts out some information that this is actually not the case. And at least in fairly recent times, what's been happening is some of these manufacturers, I don't know which ones in specific, but what they're doing is they're actually not designing those bicycles in-house. What they're doing is they're either being approached by engineers in China, or they're contacting engineers in China and they're buying designs off them. Now those designs may be part designs of a bicycle, or they may be a full design of a bicycle. So for instance, they might have a new design which relates to the rear triangle of the bike, and they may couple that from a different engineer that they've bought the designs off, which is to the front of the bike. Or they may basically buy a design which relates to an integrated handlebar system or whatever. So what they're doing is they're either subcontracting out the designs for the bicycles, or they're buying off-the-shelf type designs from engineers that are designing these bikes in China. I just can't get over how beautiful it is here. I'm just looking across and I can see people playing tennis. We've got the skate park in front of me. I can feel the sun on my back. It's really warming up. It's actually getting really nice. It's probably going to be a warm day today. And I've got my coffee, which I'm enjoying. So I'm glad I got out reasonably early, but fantastic day, like not a cloud in the sky. So it's really beautiful. Well, in conclusion, with these bicycle manufacturers, they're leading us to believe that these bikes are made in-house. I haven't heard from any official source that they're not doing that. And obviously these are just rumours, and one of the people who basically gave this information was Chris Miller Cycling. Now he's a guy out in Sydney there that he rides for Neo, and they get sponsored by some brands, and I do believe that they're sponsored by Deval, if that's how you say it, and they're a Filipino brand, and that brand has let him have access to certain forums and information that hint at that some manufacturers are not designing their bikes in-house. So this is very interesting information, and it really goes to the view is if these are being designed in China, they're being manufactured in China, and all we have is these companies are just finishing the bikes, fitting in the components and marking them, you go, well, what's the difference from actually buying a bike that's a Chinese brand? Because it's almost as everything is being done by people who are within China. So it's something to really ponder over. And as I said, I haven't got any hard facts, but I've heard a couple of people say this actually, that the bikes are not designed in the countries, the origin country of the bright bands. Well, anyway, guys, just a bit of interesting information, and that's where I'm going to leave it, and I'll catch you next vid.